Hello everyone and welcome back to PhytoPathoVerse. I'm Malini, molecular plant pathologist with a motto to make plant pathology easy. So today we will be discussing contribution of plant pathologist. We will start with Anton D. Berry. First of all, he is the father of plant pathology. Also, he has been honored as the father and founder of modern mycology. Mycology means the study of fungus. Yes. Then he was the founder of modern experimental plant pathology. In 1863, he studied the epidemics of late blight of potato and renamed the causal organism as Phytophthora infestans. It causes Irish famine, right? He also discovered the heterogeneous nature of rust fungi. Now, what is this heterogeneous nature? It means two hosts. We know about the life cycle, disease cycle, right? So, the fungi that requires two hosts. For example, the rust of wheat, stem rust. For instance, it requires two hosts. One, the primary host is wheat and the alternate host is barberry. Okay, so that is what we call heterogeneous nature. Next, he also gave detailed account of life cycles of downy mildew genera. He wrote a book named Morphology and Physiology of Fungi, Lichens and Myxomycetes in 1866. He reported the role of enzymes and toxins in the tissue disintegration caused by Sclerotinia sclerotiorum. Okay. He coined the term symbiosis. So the thing that I have highlighted previously bold, these are the ones that comes in competitive exams. Okay. Now, not only Anton de Berry, even his students, they have contributed majorly in the field of plant pathology. Starting with Marshall Ward. He studied coffee rust and its epidemics. We normally see coffee rust as one of the major epidemics, right? Which was caused in the year 1870. Okay. Next, M.S. Voronin. He studied the life cycle of clubroot fungi, clubroot of crucifer caused by Plasmodiophora brassicae. Next, coming to Farlow, he worked on fungi and the bibliographic study related to pathogens. He also established Farlow Cryptogamic Herbarium. He introduced independent course of plant pathology at Harvard University for the first time. Next, coming to Millardet, PMA Millardet. He discovered Bordeaux mixture. We might have heard about it. If not, then remember Millardet discovered Bordeaux mixture, which was not intentional. It was not a result of some experiment. It was a serendipity discovery, which means sudden discovery. All right, to control downy mildew of grapevine. Next, Oscar Brefeld. He was not a student, he was a colleague of de Berry and he worked on pure culture techniques. Coming to our second pathologist, that is P.A. Micheli. He was an Italian botanist and he is regarded as the founder and father of mycology. He observed for the first time fungal spores and in 1729 he published a book Nova Plantarum Genera. These two questions comes from P.A. Micheli, right? As he is the father of mycology and the book Nova Plantarum Genera. Coming to Tillett. Tillett, he is regarded as the great grandfather of phytopathology, means plant pathology, and he worked on burnt and stinking smut of wheat. He emphasized that burnt was an infectious disease and it was closely related with fungus. However, he believed that the disease was caused by some toxin produced by the black powder. He did not know that the black powder contained the spore mass of the fungus. Okay. He reported that the chemical treatment of seed with common salt and lime inhibited the contagious activity. Right. So, yes, he worked on the burnt and stinking smut of wheat. He had a theory about who caused that diseases and what can be used to control them, but he could not prove at that point of time. There comes Prevost. Okay, so what Prevost did, he proved that diseases are caused by microorganisms. There were so much superstitions before and so many myths about the wrath of gods. The diseases that we faced is because of the human sins. So first time Prevost proved that diseases are caused by microorganisms, and also he proved that the burnt of wheat was caused by fungus Tilletia caries, honoring the researcher, the scientist Tillett. Because the work was primarily started by Tillett, he could not prove it. Prevost, he did and studied the works of Tillett and finally proved that burnt of wheat was caused by a fungus, and he named it Tilletia caries. So he studied and observed the germination of burnt spores. He confirmed the findings of Tillett by mixing the spores of fungus with clean seeds. Then he also discovered the life cycle of burnt fungus. He showed that the solution containing copper sulfate prevented the germination of burnt spores and can be used to control burnt diseases. See, in Tillett, he reported the chemical treatment of common salt and lime. Okay, he Prevost, what he did, he studied the experiments done by Tillett very precisely and concluded two things. One, that burnt of wheat is caused by a fungus, Tilletia caries, and that it can be controlled by copper sulfate. Okay. He also mentioned the fungicidal and fungistatic properties of chemical treatments. Coming to Tulsane brothers. Somewhere you will see the name, the spelling different. Okay. Somewhere it will be written as Tulasne brothers or Tulsane brothers, whatever you feel fine to pronounce. Okay. So he first drawn illustrated drawings of rust, smut and ascomycetes. They also confirmed the work of Prevost on wheat burnt fungus. Now the third point is important. L.R. Tulasne is called reconstructor of mycology. This comes in an exam. Coming to Persoon. In 1801, he published Synopsis Methodica Fungorum. Again, this comes in exam. He coined the name of rust pathogen of wheat as Puccinia graminis. Next, E.M. Fries, Elias Magnus Fries. He published 3 volumes of Systema Mycologium for nomenclature of Hymenomycetes. Fries for the first time introduced binomial system of nomenclature to classify the fungal organisms, and because of which he is known as the lineage of mycology. Why lineage of mycology? Because we might have heard about a scientist, a researcher whose name is Carl Linnaeus. Yes, so Carl Linnaeus was the person who introduced the binomial nomenclature, and as Fries, he introduced the binomial nomenclature for the fungal organisms, fungi, and mycology is the study of fungi, right? That is why Fries is also known as Linnaeus of mycology. Okay, next, Anton von Leeuwenhoek. He developed the microscope for the first time. He discovered the simple lens. Okay, he is regarded as the father of bacteriology. Bacteriology means overall bacteriology, not plant bacteriology. Okay, because plant bacteriology is E.F. Smith. E.F. Smith is called the father of phytobacteriology or plant bacteriology. He also worked on bacterial wilt of cucurbits and crown gall disease. Remember this disease, crown gall disease. Okay, he worked on crown gall disease caused by what? Agrobacterium tumefaciens, right? Okay. So in 1981, he demonstrated for the first time that budding or grafting could be another method of transmission of plant viruses. Talking about plant viruses, there are few contributions such as M.W. Beijerinck. He is the founder and father of virology. He proved that tobacco mosaic disease was caused not by any microorganism but by a contagious living fluid, okay, that he called a virus. So if you see any question that the term virus was given by whom, Beijerinck or Mayer, we normally get confused between Beijerinck or Adolf Mayer. So the answer will be virus. The term virus was given by Beijerinck, and the contribution of Mayer is he has observed the mosaic pattern in viral diseases. Okay, and this contagious living fluid in Latin term it called as contagium vivum fluidum. Okay, coming to Stanley. He initiated the biochemical nature of viruses and proved that viruses can be crystallized, okay, for which he has also awarded Nobel Prize. He treated the sap from diseased leaves of tobacco with ammonium sulfate and obtained a crystalline protein. He finally proved that viruses are not living microorganisms because no living form can be chemically treated and crystallized and still remain viable. So, what is virus? Neither biotic nor abiotic. They are called mesobiotic. Viruses are mesobiotic, which means they are living inside a host and they are not living outside a host. Okay. The next, Pierre Andrea Saccardo. So he developed spore group system of Ascomycotina and Deuteromycotina fungi in 1899. He wrote a book in 1882, Xylody fungorum. Okay, this needs to be highlighted. Xylody. Okay, the Xylody fungorum omnium hucusci cognitorium. Okay, in 25 volumes. Check the pronunciation of this. Obviously this is not basic English, so the pronunciation can differ. So but remember the book name. All right, remember the book name. So these were few of the major plant pathologists from which most of the question we get to see. But these are the contribution of plant pathologists globally. In our next video, we will get to see the contribution of plant pathologists in India. Okay, that we need to learn by heart, because if you see the syllabus of NET ARS or SMS, SRF, everywhere they have given to know or learn about the contribution of plant pathologists in India. In India, we will get to see about Butler, Mundakar, then Kirtikar, okay, then many more you will get to see tomorrow. I hope you have liked it, or for the ones who already knew it, it was sort of a revision of all the important points that I could arrange together. Okay, so thank you for watching, and that's all for today. I hope you have liked what was done today, and hope you will also be there in the next video when we will talk about the contribution of plant pathology in India. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. See ya.